Good afternoon, welcome to my Sunday afternoon live stream from over here in Palmanova, and you can see where I'm starting this video. I'm warming you up for your summer 2026 holiday, and I'm right outside I'm right outside the Sol. You can see it's all closed up, the curtains are up. Just pop this on the wall. I've got my gimbal today, everybody, which makes a change. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in a very sunny and very windy Palmanova. Now, we are in the middle of November here, and you can still see I'm in kind of like a short sleeve shirt. We've got highs today of 20 degrees Celsius. It's actually quite pleasant. Now, I don't know what the weather is like in your part of the world, but it is also quite windy down here. I think we're getting the effects of the storms blowing down Northern Europe. But we should have quite a nice live stream today, so I'm going to turn the camera around, and before I do that, I have to say a huge thanks to Tommy, to James, to Robin, and I'm going to have a quick look and see if there are any other supers. Just have a quick look. Hold on. Let's get going anyway. We're going to walk in the direction of Matias Beach. Robin, thank you very much for yours. Tommy, I know you're going to be watching this when you're back from your Sunday afternoon shop. Thank you very much. Hello to Callum and James and family too. Who else have we got on the live stream this afternoon? Now, you're going to have to let me know how the audio is, because I do have the winds are blowing towards me at the moment, but and I've put my mic actually on the inside of my shirt just to try and muffle that wind a little bit more, so fingers crossed. Robert, how are you? You're watching in overcast Cardiff. Just walk around there. Do you know, just down from the Sol Palmanova as well, look, that we've got a little parking area too. I don't know whether you've noticed that before, but that's quite useful if you are hiring a car. John, good afternoon over in Belfast. Lovely to see you here. Ricky, hello from Hull. What's the weather like up north today? William, good afternoon. And Evie, hello from Bristol. Has winter set in over on that side of the world just yet? Let me know, let me know. But for the time being, over here in Palmanova and in Mallorca, every time I think winter is about to set in here, the sun comes out and we just have amazing, glorious weather. And this November has been absolutely wonderful. Apart from the occasional storm, it has been really, really lovely. Ricky is saying it's 8 degrees and cold. That's not so good. That is not so good, but look. We're just coming up to the first of our restaurants over here. One place I do want to point out, and that has had great reviews this summer, and maybe we're going to try it this winter as well. We've got Emma's Gastro Bar across the way here. It's open and I can actually see people having lunch, so this might be worth knowing, even if you are staying in the all-inclusives like over at the Sol Palmanova, like we saw right at the beginning of this video. There are some fantastic restaurants that you can try as well, because as you know, the all-inclusive food can be a little bit hit and miss. Look, we've got the Habibi across the road. That is Lebanese food. We've got an Italian as well. And I think there's an Indian down here too. Oh, you're saying here, look, it's still autumn for 5 more weeks. It is technically. I think I've been calling it winter, haven't I? But I think, judging by the weather you guys are having, it probably does feel a little bit like winter already. But it does feel very autumnal down here. But, you know, this sunshine has just been a real treat for us. It just makes winter for us, or autumn, a little bit on the shorter side as well. Look, just coming up by the Matias Beach Hotel. A little bit hard to see any difference to this hotel, but obviously it is closed. You will have seen my video films over here just as everyone was closing down for the season. I snuck in here as well after I filmed my review video. When was it? It was not this March, but the previous March. The staff are so lovely on reception. Every now and again, if I can, I just pop up to one of the balconies to give you some nice views, and I did in my last Palmanova video from over here, filmed right at the end of the season. Go and check it out if you haven't done so already. But are we going to see much more open down here? Now, I am walking parallel to the Matias Beach. and we're going to head on down the waterfront in just a second, but I often bypass this area and it's quite nice to highlight some other places over here in Palmanova rather than just the seafront. We've even got one of the supermarkets open. That's managed to hang on for the summer. Now I can hear a lot of music, and I suspect that Ciso, right in front of me, is open. I see people, I hear music. We're going to go and check out that in just a moment as well. Let's keep walking down. I do have this, I've got the sun in my face at the moment, which is not normally a sentence you hear in November, but I can't really see the screen. I will do in a moment. So I'll get to any comments and questions that we've got. Just as long as you can hear me, just somebody say yes if the sound and the audio is okay. And hopefully it'll be a little bit better than last Sunday's live stream from over in Porto Poyensa. Just coming up to this park here. Oh, it's going to look lovely down here on the beach. Do you know what the most important thing is? I can see a yes. That's brilliant. Sound is good. Thank you so much. I just saw that pop up. Brilliant. That's going to be interesting to see if we've got anyone on the beach today. Like I said, it's very sunny, but is it going to be beach weather? Because we do have this wind blowing. Let's walk up and round the back. Look, the Florida restaurant is open. All the locals are out today, having their Sunday lunch. How wonderful, hey? Got a nice little collection of places staying open this winter. And I mentioned in my end of season holiday, at the end of the holiday video just a few weeks ago, that we're going to see some places closing now, and then we're going to see some of them opening up again for December. Some places are giving their staff a little bit of a break now. Right, let's get out of the sunshine before they open up for December, because we are going to have some places over here, a bit like I think it's O'Neill's going to be doing a Christmas food on the run up to Christmas. And of course we're going to have some other places open for Christmas too. Look, we've got the Bougainvillea Best Burgers place open too. Anyway, look, you can see Pappy's right in front of me, but we're going to take a left here. I'm going to head on in the direction of Matias Beach. I love it, look, the Del Pescatore is open. I'm pretty sure that restaurant is open 365 days of the year. I've never ever seen it close. The chap in there's always got his place open. Daz, you're saying, can we walk around to see how we're getting on with the Tage? Well, I am on in, look, you can see it from here actually. Look, I'm just a few yards away. Do you know what, I've got a follow-up video. I'm gonna, after I've done this live stream, I'm gonna head over there to make a follow-up video, but we can see here, look, because they have had the diggers out. Look at this. Let me just zoom in. It's right in front of EastEnders. This kind of give you a better overarching view of it. It's being chipped away at, as we can see. But I do have a follow-up video for you for that as well. Right, let me just come round. We can see the Prince William is closed, but as I mentioned in my video the other day about the Tage, EastEnders is going to remain open until the Prince William can reopen. And the big question mark is whether that's going to happen anytime soon. And just looking over at EastEnders, is this still open? Yes, well, a few people sitting outside. But look, that's just to give you an idea. Now, I'm not going to make this about Magaluf or the Tage today. I'll do that in a separate video. But let's head on down the back of Matias Beach. My goodness, it's so quiet down here. Am I the only person in this little stretch here? I think I might be. It's often the case now when I'm out and about in resorts. Very, very few people around. Although it was quite nice to run into a family who was staying up at the Vista Nova Hotel, just up from the Tage actually, just behind the Cook's Hotel the other day. So we do have a few places staying open. Can I get any other views from around the back here? Let's have a look. No, I can't see anything. Anyway, come on, let's keep heading down towards the beach. Just coming up by the Comodoro Playa here, which lies right on the edge of Palmanova, heading on in the direction of Magaluf. Any news, Ricky? I've just seen this pop up. I'm answering this first. Any news on the new entry and exit system? Oh, a twig just landed on my glasses then, just below a tree. I'm glad that wasn't anything heavier. The videos on Alcudia made me book a holiday. By any chance, you'll do a video around the Lagamonte Hotel? Yes, to the Lagamonte. I will film around there at some point. Definitely will do. I meant to do it this year actually, and didn't get around to it. Entry and exit system, I'll have more news for you this week about that. Nothing too much to worry about. One of my friends was over on the island this weekend and he went through the airport yesterday. Look, do you know what the bonus is of everywhere being closed? I can look over the sides of the walls now at the pools. This is the swimming pool here for the Comodoro Playa. Obviously you have to manage this, you have to imagine this hotel not to have paper up in the window. But all I can say about the EES, don't worry about it too much at the moment. Now I'm glad I didn't leave this too late to film today because the shade is coming down. But look at the beach today. Over here in Palmanova. And we're on the third beach here. This is on Matias Beach. Let me see who else we've got in the live stream today. To give you some nice views. We've got a family on the beach today. We've got a couple of people on the beach. Stacey, I've just seen your super chat. Happy Sunday to you as well. And you're back in Palmanova in August. Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Who else have we got in? And you're in the sunny Wiltshire. Well, I'm glad the sun's shining over there. I think hopefully it'll be shining in Dorset for my mum today. Charlie, good afternoon. Catherine, greetings from a very sunny Cheshire. Ricky Alcudi, bring it on. Indeed. Hello, Kenny in Milton Keynes. Hello to, is that Leanne as well, O'Neill? Good afternoon to you. Kerry, yes, my phone is on the gimbal. You guys shouldn't feel so seasick watching my video this afternoon. Ricky, you're in Hull. Claire, you miss Palmanova. Marie and John, good afternoon. Hope I'm well. Looking forward to seeing some sunshine. And, and Teddy's watching as well. Teddy, the official mascot, I think we're going to have to call him, the Bichon Frise, is watching from, is it Rugby Way, Birmingham Way? It's Birmingham Way, isn't it? West Midlands Way. He's watching the live. Bless him, come on, let's go round and down. Which way shall I go down? Let's just have a quick look over at Jetty. It's so quiet, I can hear music blaring out of Ciso this afternoon. I think it must be one of the only places open down here. We're going to go and see how busy it is. Will this be the last Sunday that Ciso is going to be open for November? Quite possibly, because in my Islands Update tomorrow, I'm going to let you know about quite a scary temperature drop, and I think it's going to be the last time you're going to see me in a t-shirt out and about filming this for this year. But you never know, the temperatures could go back up again. Philip, thank you so much for your super chat. That's super kind of you as well. Thank you so much, hey? Look, everything here, everything's all closed. Let's head on up towards JJ's and Scotsman. Well, Palmanova does have a certain beauty to it, even when it is closed. I personally find it very sad. It just reminds me of the pandemic days when nothing was open. but it's still beautiful all the same. Kevin, good afternoon. Is that K3, K8, K3 or K8? Kate, I think that might be. What's the temperature? It's 20 degrees, but I have to say, because of the wind, it does feel a little bit cooler when you're in the sun. And actually, on my terrace, it was a lot warmer than it is at this precise moment in time with the winds blowing. Sue, hello, good afternoon from a chilly Oxfordshire. Emily, quick question. Do residents have to go through the new EES system? Well, we are British passport holders, those of us that are residents with British passports. I really hope we don't. I really, really hope we don't. Otherwise, I will be having a huge rant about that. I hope they sort it out so we get filtered off into another queue, because we are frequent travellers. Most of us here have got family over in the UK or wherever, and we do travel quite a lot, so I hope we don't get caught up in all of that nonsense. And nonsense it is. Brie and John, thank you so much. Oh, bless you. Look at this, look, 314 days and counting until you guys are going to be back in Puerto Poyensa. Oh, that literally feels like such a long time away, but do you know what? With the speed that time has travelled this year, I think it's going to come around again really quickly. I cannot believe we are approaching Christmas. I honestly cannot believe it. And we do have the Christmas lights going on in Palma I think it's next weekend. I really can't wait for that. I'm being a little bit sarcastic. Honestly, it feels like 5 minutes ago. It was Christmas last year and I was filming the lights. I will be doing a live stream from over there at some point, probably in December actually. We might leave that for December, but I will have some content coming out on the channel as well if you're hoping to come over for a short break as well over the winter season, stuff you need to know. I just look at this, look, it's so peaceful and so quiet. Aviation Action Scotland, what a great name. I suspect you do have a YouTube channel. And there is my favourite beach, thank you, you're very welcome. And I'll tell you what, I bet it didn't look like this when you were over either. Pretty much guarantee it. Tony as well, thank you so much for your super chat, I've just seen that. Philip, I've just seen your super chat as well, thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Super kind of you. Anyway, let's keep going. Look, I've got a seagull literally to my right hand side. A seagull probably is wondering where everyone's gone to. Don Vito, that's hilarious. Is that Don Vito? I have a vague memory of a very drunk afternoon at the Dolphin Bar in Palmanova. Brilliant. You still have the memory though, which is good. And look, just looking to my left here, look, this Cantina Sol is still open. A few people sitting out in the sunshine today. I'd love to know whether they're tourists or residents actually. That would be interesting to know. And they've got a little bit of music playing as well. Are there any, what does it say? Is this Sunseekers? In Mallorca, quite possibly at the moment. I think anywhere, I think coming here to Mallorca, even at this time of year, you are going to be able to get a little bit more sun than you would do in Northern Europe. Ricky, hold on, I've answered that. Let me just have a quick look, keep looking down. Jamie, you remember Poco Loco back in the day? I can't remember that at all. An aviation action, I don't know your name. You're looking forward to coming back to Torrenova next year. And for anybody new to the channel, Torrenova is this little area here, right where you see the hotels here, look. It's in between Palmanova and Magaluf. You're literally sandwiched in between two resorts, and you can get the best of both worlds. And Jamie as well, look, you're seeing, you remember the boats stuck by there. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if over the winter we get a few more boats drifting onto the beach. We get them every year, don't we, with the storms? But let's see if we get them this year. Haven't had too much in the way of bad weather at the moment, so. Robert, great info. Am I back? Put 50p in the meter. Let me know if you're still with me. Let me know. I'll just put 50p back on. Let me see if we are back again. Oh, thank goodness for that. Do you know what? I've got no idea why that died. Did you see Ciso? Did you see how packed Ciso was? If not, I'm going to go back and show you. Let me know in the comments. It was absolutely crazy. By the way, I appreciate everybody coming back and joining. I'll have a look back through the comments in just a second. You didn't see Ciso? Right, I'm going back. Because you will not believe this, unless, of course, if it buffers again, I'm just going to come back. I'm right outside the Matias Beach Hotel at the moment. Look, we're starting to get everybody back. Thanks to those who stuck by me. I should have actually put out the alert that if it does go, I will come back. I'm a little bit worried about the signal just around this area, but let's try and get back to Ciso. I have changed the network, so let's see if it's any better. Let me know, are you still there? Somebody say yes before I go any closer to Ciso, because it's absolutely packed over there. And I suspect all the people have stolen the mobile phone signal. Yes, brilliant. Alan, look, I'll just quickly show you. Do you know what? I'm going to go on the beach. Let me try and come a little bit out. Ah, that's a bad idea. I'm now getting blasted by sand. Hang on a second. This is why there's nobody on the beach today, or very few people. Just had a face full of sand there. Look how busy it is. Look, I'm going to quickly just show you. So, on the basis that most places have closed down here in Palmanova, it is unbelievable that the Ciso is open, and I have just doubled back. If you've just rejoined the live, look how busy it is over here. It's absolutely crazy. Look, every single table here is taken. They've got live music, they've got kids entertainment as well. And I'm not going to hang around because I don't want to lose the stream again, but as I normally say, you know, always book tables before coming out here to eat. In November, it's hard to believe that somewhere on the beach here, over in Palmanova, can have such high demands. They've got live music and every single table is taken. There are literally hundreds of people there. And it doesn't look like a private event either. That's a really good question. I can see here, look, why don't other places do the same thing? I guess it's more of a weather thing, and you don't know whether you're going to get the custom, if you're going to get people through the doors. But as we can see, we've got a lovely day, so a lot of people have turned out. Also, it's to do with contracts as well. We have this contracting system that gosh, can you hear the wind? That if you do work on into November or into December, you're going to have to be paid year round, which obviously a lot of the restaurants here can't sustain. It's a crazy system, and it's such a shame as well that they've decided to do it that way. But it would be nice to see people over a little bit more open, particularly on this side, because it's very, very quiet down here. Some people think of football. You've commented. You're in Palmanova on the 15th to the 22nd of October, and you stayed in the Globales Panama Hotel. You booked it for Mallorca for next year, staying in the Sabrina Playa Hotel. Fantastic. I'm sure you'll have a lovely time. And Mallorca's fantastic too. Do you know what? There's always that little black spot. I seem to remember last summer walking past Ciso and just losing the mobile phone signal right at that point, and it coming back too. So I'm very, very pleased to see. Thank you so much for coming back to the stream. I really, really appreciate it. Just going to have a quick nosy in the St Lucia, the Global Santa Lucia Hotel as well. Now, it is a little bit more sheltered over on this side of the beach. It was blowing a gale down the other side. You often find on the far sides of the beaches over here, it can be rather a little bit more sheltered. Look at this, look. I think last time I was down here, it was the day it was closing. Things were closing down over here. The last proper video I made for the season. Now this is a nice sun trap. If you're coming over here during the winter, you've got to pick your places to grab a spot in the sun. And all those people, literally, I got a face full of sand when I jumped on the beach a little bit further back. But just over here, it's so peaceful and so lovely. Jamie, no way. You stayed in the Santa Lucia for the past 25 years. Wow, that is incredible. And look, I didn't realise they had a second pool there as well. Is that like a jacuzzi? It's not a family hotel, it is adults only. So we've got a main pool here. And Jamie, maybe you can tell us actually, is this the jacuzzi area outside? Quite possibly. Ricky, you're asking, what's the weather like in June in Alcudia and will everything be open by then? Yes, it absolutely will be. And are there any rules in place about being on the beach at night to watch a sunrise? Absolutely not, no rules at all. Come on over, enjoy, and good luck at getting up early in the morning on holiday. But the east coast of the island does get absolutely spectacular sunrises. So if you can get yourself up and out and onto the beach to watch the sunrise, amazing. Take a photo of it as well and make sure you come and post it on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group. We'd love to see it. I have yet to film any East Coast sunrise. I'm not much of an early bird, it has to be said. But you never know, maybe next year I might try and film over there on the East Coast and catch one of those beautiful sunrises. Aviation Action Scotland, you'll be back over next May and might be live streaming from Palma Airport. Gary, amazing. Who doesn't like a bit of a Palma Airport live stream? Especially if you know your planes as well. Make sure you get over to Campastia as well. Go and see my last live stream from the Playa de Palma. I was standing in the perfect spot to watch the planes coming in. Look at the water today, and you can see the winds. There's a little bit of a ripple on the water. Caroline, good afternoon. You're a bit late today, but lovely to see blue sky, and it's been raining for days where you are. That's not good, that's not at all good. I think you're on the East Coast-ish, aren't you, I think? Carol, you stayed in the San Matias in July, and you cannot wait until next year as well. Brilliant. Should we take a wander into Palmanova? Let's have a look. Now, from over here, from where I'm looking today, I think we've got a few more people on the beach. It's quite funny because over on the San Matias side, during the winter, it is the emptier side of the resort. And we're going to find there to be more life down this side here on Escaragodore Beach. More restaurants open. But we are going to see a few bits and bobs open down here too, and hopefully it'll be just a little bit more sheltered as well. So Matias Beach does tend to get the brunt of the winds. Sue, you're back for 10 nights next August. Wonderful. Look at the water, it's like glass. Keith, hello, thank you very much for your super chat this afternoon.
Everything else for me is like debatable now.
How peaceful it is, it's absolutely glorious. I hope you're doing well there, Keith. Lovely to see you on the live this afternoon. Jamie, you're saying as well, your parents have been going there every year since 1978. I'm not even going to count up how many years that is. That's quite a few. Actually, you know what? I can work it out. I'm going to work it out. It's 40. Is it 47 years they've been coming here to Palmanova? That's amazing. That is a lot of Palmanovering. Tony, you're coming back to the Fergus Bermuda in June and you cannot wait. Wow, well look, here's one of my favourite lookout points here in Palmanova. We're looking right over Palmanova Beach. Absolutely stunning. Steve, you're saying you're probably not going back until October. Mind you, we did have some nice weather in October as well. The first part of October this year was a little bit on the rainy side and it did brighten up towards the end, depended where you were staying. Weather can be a little bit hit and miss, but when you do get weather, really good weather over here, it's lovely in October. Oh, look, I see the Chinese restaurant is back open. Do you know what? This was closed a few weeks ago and it's opened back up again. Do you know what? I'm loath to walk. I'm going to stay on the side here. We will do some beach walks over the winter, but just because of the wind, I don't particularly want to get covered in sand. It does look a little bit more sheltered over here though. And there are quite a few people on the beach down here too. Obviously not busy, not Benidorm busy, just sticking that in as a quick caveat. Les, you're back for 14 days next September, staying in the Reverence Mar and counting the days. We'll go down past there in just a moment. We're not a million miles from there. But look, they've got all the awnings down here, look, on the restaurants and the bars, just so when they open up for the season in 2026, they don't have half the beach on their terraces that they then have to put back onto the beach. So all of these awnings here just to protect the properties. Emily, you're going over for Christmas Day. Brilliant. What's the best place for a Christmas dinner with turkey and all the trimmings? First thing I'm going to say, Emily, is look now and book now as well. Do not leave booking any later than tomorrow at the very, very latest, because from what I've seen online, most places are now booked out for Christmas Day. I did have an article on the Mallorca Under the Sun website. Have a look on mallorcaunderthesun.com and check out Christmas lunch. And you will find the article. I've got a list of restaurants that normally do Christmas lunch and a few other options. However, I have heard that these places are now getting really booked out. And of course, they do differ every single year as well. So, please, yeah, go and get somewhere booked ASAP. And it depends where you're going on the island as well. You may have to travel a bit to find a Christmas lunch. Gaz and Jules, good afternoon. You're watching while decorating. Oh, what a great idea. Get your decorating done in the winter. Look, but we've got the little chiringuito open still down here. Look at that, how nice and chilled is that, look. A few people out having a few afternoon drinks. Janet, you're coming over to the Matias Beach Hotel in April for the first time. And you've been going to Palmanova for a few times and you're really looking forward to it. And so you should do. It's an amazing hotel. I mean, I'm pretty sure, when I made that video, I'm pretty sure that all the rooms there have got fantastic sea views, because of course all the hotel rooms do face out to the beach and along the coast. And of course everyone's really super friendly in there as well. Super friendly staff. Look at the Zell, look, all wrapped up for winter as well. Johnny, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Right, we are coming up to the Tringo Little Il Tringo on the beach, and I bet this is absolutely packed as well. Very, very popular beachside restaurant. Just giving you these nice views first, because it is, even though it's my least favourite time of year, the winter, it does still look absolutely beautiful, can't complain. Look, it is busy over here. You can see everyone's brought their coats out actually, because the minute the sun does dip, it does get rather on the chilly side. Look, got families out on the beach. Dogs are back on the beach as well. Let's just zoom in. You can see, look, family there with the pooches out. Brett, you're saying, I believe you're from Dorset, you love West Bay and the railway carriage for food. Oh, do you know what? I haven't been down to West Bay for a couple of summers actually, but that whole Jurassic coastline, it's stunning, absolutely stunning. And just going off on a complete side topic actually, they've got down in Wareham as well, one place I want to head back to as well. Went for many summer holidays down the Corfe Castle Way and Studland Bay Swanage Way as well. I discovered they've got one of the UK's oldest cinemas down in Wareham. It's called the Rex. Found that on Facebook today, so I really want to go and check that out. Anyway, that aside, that might be something for you, Brett, to have a look at. Just coming up to the bars over here, look, outside of Il Tarno and Castaways. Do you know what? I don't think anything is open over here, or is it? I can see somebody actually coming out of Il Tarno. Il Tarno is open, just across the way. Look, I'll just zoom in. And I think there is somebody in Castaways. I know Castaways does stay open over the winter. And the last time I was down here as well, we saw Tropico, we saw Paradise Beach open too, but that's now properly closed. Now I have made the rookie mistake of not coming out with a jumper with me. It's in my car, I left it in the car. What was I thinking? Because further we go on into this video, it is starting to feel just a little bit cooler. And you can see the sun as well is coming and going. Oh, the yogurt shop on the left, Yoppie's open. That's good to know as well. But look, for a viewer earlier on saying that it's staying over in the Reverence Mar, it's this huge hotel up the top here, look, right above the Dolphin and the piano bar. Another hotel with wonderful views over here in Palmanova. Look at that, and look, the swimming pool area is just up the top here as well. So really amazing location, and right in the thick of just about everything down here. Obviously, if you're new to my channel as well, go back and check my other videos from this year and previous years as well. I've got a whole ton of content on here looking at Palmanova. If you are thinking of coming to Mallorca on holiday next year, consider subscribing to the channel. Or if you want your weekly dose of sunshine from over here on the island, also subscribe to the channel, because I do film live streams from popular resorts just to see what they look like out of season. Now I'm going to have other content coming out as well as we go on through the winter, taking a look at the summer and some guides as well for next year for you. But look at the busy beach today. Got quite a few people down here playing volleyball. They have left the nets up, which is fantastic. And like we've seen on the other beaches as well, look, they've left a few sunbeds out too. Darren, you're saying that you stayed in the Reverence Mar in October for the first time and you would highly recommend it. Oh, that's funny. Is it Gary? I think you said your name was Gary. Aviation Action Scotland. You know where you'd rather be? It's 6 degrees here in Glasgow. Goodness. So nice though to see people out playing volleyball at this time of year. as well. I'm really glad they left these nets up. Rachel and Damien in Kent, you're coming to Aranal for 4 days next week. Are you? Fantastic. Do you know what though? I did see, I need to go through my comments on the channel because I did catch sight of one when I was out and about the other day. I'm not sure if it was you that left the comment. Worried that it might be quite riotous over there. It won't be, not at this time of year. I think obviously the areas that I've been filming in Aranal, that the Ballerman area, the main drinking area, I think that stays open until the end of November. I think beer coining stays open until the end of November, sorry. But you are going to have a much quieter experience than you would normally get in the summer months. So don't worry about it too much. I mean, quite nice actually to have a little bit of life down there, and also, of course, they're going to have some restaurants open down there too and some bars. And you can walk all the way down to Campastia too. When am I going to be filming over in Alcudia again? I'm not sure is the honest answer. I have to see what the weather is doing. Look, it looks like they've got a whole volleyball tournament down here. See that they've got tents up on the beach. That's rather nice. So we've got just coming up by the Palio Tropico Hotel. As you know, if you've been following the channel, this all got completely renovated for last summer, 2 summers ago. Kevin! Scotsman Kevin, former Scotsman in Tenerife, now just the only Scotsman, Kevin, is on the live stream this afternoon. How are you doing, Kevin? Really good, I hope. I've seen you been over in the Canary Islands somewhere. I hope, I think it's going to be a little bit warmer where you've just been than it is over here. We've got highs today of 20 degrees Celsius. I'm in a short sleeve shirt and I am dicing with danger over here because the temperature is fast dropping this afternoon and my jumper's in the car. Am I going to make it back in one piece? I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of the cold. Not by any means. Make sure you check out Kevin's channel as well if you want even more sunshine. Brett, it's 10 degrees in Exmouth. Gosh, that is absolutely freezing. And I'm pretty sure as well, we've got quite a few viewers of Kevin's channel too on the live this afternoon. Look, one place that does stay open over the winter is McDonald's. Try not to eat there, if not, try and support the local businesses. McDonald's do not need that money. They really don't. We've got a few places staying open over here too. Right, I'm a little bit worried about the signal, but I think we're going to go and get some nice views. Let's head on up the back. And I'm showing you, for anyone with accessibility issues, anybody coming over with a wheelchair or a mobility scooter, and you want to walk on the... Is this guy going to turn around? And you want to have a look at the walkway at the top, which is normally only accessible by steps. There's this road here that goes up by the back of McDonald's that you can come up behind here. If you can get the power in your mobility scooter, look. Is there a flat ramp as well? Yes, there is, look. So if you do want to check out the lovely views that you do see in the video, you don't have to stay on the flat part of the promenade. Look, it's not just the hotels that are being renovated. I tried to come down here to film a much longer video which I want to put out over the winter, and I couldn't do it just because of all the drilling that was taking place in this building right behind me here. So that's a residential block, probably has a few holiday homes. But look, you can quite easily get down to, it's a very lovely and beautiful walkway. I think this is a much nicer route than looking at all those closed businesses that we're seeing as we're going through Palmanova today. Look, coming out right by the dog beach here. You can actually just see where we've just come from as well. Look, I started this video just down by the Sol Palmanova, which is to my right hand side, and then we walked all the way down along the jetty here on the far side of Sol Matias Beach. We've come right along the waterfront. But the one thing I absolutely love about Palmanova is that it is so accessible, even this area. And as we come round, we're going to get some absolutely gorgeous views of the busiest area of Palmanova at this time of year. Not so much during the summer, but over the winter, we're going to see more residents coming down to Escaragodore Beach. And in fact, they've left the lion's share of the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas down here on the beach. They also have flags out on the beach as well. The lifeguard flags are out. I have a video from Santa Ponza out today. Go and check it out and you'll see what that beach is like in the winter. I can see a question here. What's my favourite beach in Palmanova? That is a really hard one, I think. I'm always a big fan of Palmanova Beach when I can get parked down here in the summer. I do like that beach a lot. I mean, they're all beautiful. I go through phases, actually. One year we go to Palmanova Beach. Other years we go to Sol Matias Beach. Other years we go down here. So they kind of flip every summer. It kind of really depends on where I get parked. Geordie's Greats. They should open Mallorca up all year. It's the most silent. It's the biggest island in the Mediterranean, and Mallorca under the sun should get a medal. No. As long as I get views, that's what's important. We don't need the accolades. Just the fact today we've had people on watching in November. It's just incredible. So I think I can thank you all for that. It helps keep the channel going, and I do enjoy a Sunday afternoon walk, as you do know, in Mallorca. And just to show you what it's looking like today, look at this. It's absolutely stunning. A few more people on this beach down here, and I do suspect it's just a tad bit more sheltered as well. Kevin, the question is, are you coming over to Mallorca next summer? I know you do make a quick trip over here every now and again. Be nice to see you here next year, see what's changed. You might see some big changes over in Magaluf if you do come over anyway. So stay tuned to the channel. It'll be good to see you. Anyway, let's head on up to the roadway here, and I suspect we may well see a few other bits and pieces open over here in Palmanova today. See a few residents out, and hopefully we'll get into the sunshine too as well. You can see I'm in the shade, but look at the beach. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, we are round at the back of Ciso's restaurant here and the ACME, the Acme supermarket. I literally cannot believe the people out here in shorts and t-shirts. Haven't seen anybody swimming today though. I think it is because it's windy. I'm pretty sure of it. But look, as we come down here, we've got plenty of places open actually. For anybody coming out over here over the winter, look, we've got the Contro Corrente open. We've got another Chiringo restaurant open. We've got the Colmena open too today. As I said, I'm wondering whether this might be the last weekend for some of these restaurants or whether they will continue to stay open, particularly given the weather that we're going to be having in the next few days. And look, we've got another beach bar open here too. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I suspect most of these people down here are residents out eating today. Shall we have a few holiday home owners out as well? Look at that view. Gary, you're just saying you put the central heating on. That's not good, hey? That is just not good. That's not good. John, you're saying, can you show us inland one day, please? Check out my second to last upload. I was over in Inca the other day. Please go and watch that video. Obviously, a video like that hasn't been rolled out to so many people on YouTube. It doesn't get the views. Filming inland does not get amazing views because it doesn't have wider appeal, such wide appeal. But I will be making the occasional video inland over the winter because it's a side of Mallorca that you guys will not see if you're coming over here to, say, Palmanova or Magaluf or wherever, Alcudia, wherever, to any of the holiday resorts. So watch those videos, and if you do want to see them, make sure you watch them and make sure you share them as well with your friends. Help push that algorithm a little bit because it'll then kind of justify me making the big trip out to these places. As you know, I do make my living from YouTube, and it can be very, very time consuming to make the videos. So please, if you want to see what Mallorca looks like inland, away from the holiday resorts, go and watch those videos. But I will do a mini series over the winter because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in the summer. It's going to be, when it starts getting hot again, I'm going to be in all the resorts and seeing what's going on there. John, thank you very much. Yes, it is something completely different. And just filming some other places, it just gives you another view of the island, especially if you have not been able to get out to these places during the summer as well, because when it is 30 plus degrees Celsius, you're probably not going to want to venture too far from the pool or the beach. It also shows you a little bit more about the islands that you're visiting as well. Rachel, I don't know of any places in Arenal that will be open just because I haven't been down there since the middle of October, and I'm on the other side of the bay. Arenal is actually, if you can see, right over the other side of the bay there. It's over by the airport, the complete opposite side. I do live on this side of Palma. I live over in Calamayor, so I might actually pop down to the Playa de Palma in a few weeks, but probably not in time for your visit. I'm really sorry, but I'd say don't worry, because the last time I was down there, it looked like summer, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have plenty of holiday makers still going over, even at the end of November. So there will be plenty of places open. Don't worry too much. Now this part of Escaragodore Beach is always very sheltered. Down here there's a kids playground, a whole little recreation area right by the Calvia Heart. We have a very, very busy Annabelle restaurant here at the far side of Escaragodore Beach. Just as one of the buses hurtles past me on its way to my neighbourhood, actually. It's on its way to Cascatala, which is just before you head to San Agustin and Calamayor. Do you know what? I'm going to do Sakalobra. I've been saying it for 5 years, actually. I've not done a Sakalobra video, but I'm going to do it this winter. I think I'm going to have to take a friend for that one. I'm going to need moral support with the driving, because I'm not looking forward to that at all. But I do want to get that on the channel too. Lynn, you're saying you're staying at the Fergus Hotel in a couple of weeks. Really? Which one? The Bermuda, right next to me. I'm pretty sure that will be the one. We're going to find plenty open down here on this side of Escaragodore Beach, and some sun lounges too, by the looks of it. Guys, thank you so much. I'm amazed actually. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on my walk through Palmanova. And thank you for rejoining me as well after we lost the live stream somewhere outside of Ciso. That little black spot, which I don't know what to do about that. Don't know what to do about that to stop it from happening in the future. But anyway, as you can see, Palmanova is looking absolutely glorious this afternoon. The sun's only going to stick around now for a couple more hours before we plunge into darkness, and we're going to need our coats on. But I mean, it's looking absolutely glorious over here. You've got to admit, for a November day, you can't beat it. And you know, the fact I'm here in a t-shirt says something about the temperature. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the super chats this afternoon. And don't forget, before you leave the channel, I do have a video from Santa Ponza on the channel as well. I published it this morning. It's all about the start of 25 years of big changes taking place in that resort. Are we still going to be alive when we see them finish? Who knows, everyone, who knows? But go and check out that video next if you want to get some more sunshine from over here in Mallorca. Loads of information in that as well, and you'll take a look at Santa Ponza Beach. Anyway, guys, in the meantime, no, I don't live on the east coast of Mallorca. I live over here, just about 7 kilometres away from Palmanova. I live in Calamayor area. Just saw that question. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with a few views of Palmanova this afternoon. I see a windsurfer wingfoil thingy coming in just off the beach, so there are people in the sea. In the meantime, have an absolutely amazing Sunday from wherever you're watching in the world. I hope this is a slightly better live stream than the one last week. But look out for my content coming out. I've got my island update tomorrow. I've got loads of flight news as well coming out this week too. In the meantime, have an amazing week ahead, and I shall see you on the next live stream next Sunday. Goodbye for now.